Welcome to another episode of High Heels Happy Hour.
Yay!
And I'm still Christina.
And I'm still Ingrid.
All right. And today we have another hustle story to talk. And this time, the lovely Ingrid Hernandez is going to be sharing her story. But we're going to start checking in. Anything new?
Gosh, I don't have anything to do. Well, it's been really great. The kids are still home.
Yeah.
So still enjoying summer, learning new things. I'm trying to get them to do a lot more artsy, crafty things outside. We've been doing workouts outside too with them because they're in between the ages that they can go to the gym.
Yeah.
Without being in the kid zone, which they dislike a lot.
Yeah.
And that's it. Basically, just staying active and doing their summer reading and math challenges. So,
all right,
that's it.
There we go.
How about you?
Yeah, just a lot. Everyone feels like everyone's doing their own thing, but no, that's all good. That's the way it should be. Everyone's busy. Some sleeping in a little longer in the mornings than others. 18-year-old son, but that's okay. It's okay. Bella is still working, so she's up early and off to work. Which is
so crazy.
Great.
They grow up so fast.
And the dog still needs to get up and get walked. So mommy does not get to sleep in. But that's okay. I like that. I like our morning walks. And, that can also, I think that's going to be my hack for the day. I'm going to go straight into my hack.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if you have a hard time waking up in the morning or you feel super tired, takes you a while. So walk outside, no sunglasses, and let your eyes really kind of soak up the early morning sun. Not too late here in Florida because it gets too hot, but early, especially if you get up around sunrise, which I don't. So, but it's something about the circadian rhythm that if you walk in the morning without sunglasses and preferably without sunscreen too, but really walking, taking in that sunlight will make you wake faster, but also will then start the circadian rhythm, so you're going to be sleepier at night. So then when it gets darker, then the whole kind of your internal clock is according to the hours of the day. And same thing with if you can take a walk at night when the sun sets, it's the body then shuts down too and gets ready to go to sleep. So you can, instead of drinking tons of coffee and popping sleeping pills at night, walk with the sun.
I love coffee.
No, I do too, but it helps. And I know because I've always used to walk in sunglasses. But when it's early, it's not too bright yet, so it really wakes me up.
I've tried to do that more because I am really low, and I've mentioned this probably before, but really low on vitamin D.
Yeah.
So they've said
that's why the no sunblock. But you can only do that for so long. In early morning, it's okay. But that's my hack.
Oh wait, my
hack.
What
were you?
Yeah, you got sidetracked.
Yeah, I did.
You got so excited. So my hack is maybe not a hack, but a life lesson.
Okay, that's a life hack. Yeah, I think that's.
And the more and more I go out and I try to be in the moment. And sometimes it's a little difficult because you have so much stuff going on and so many things in your head. But I've been really focused on just being in the moment is how you treat people. I've seen more now, and probably a lot has to do with everything that has happened in the world. People are so rude and mean and have no care.
Yeah.
And really prejudge a lot of people And it hurts my heart
Yeah.
to see that, because sometimes people do things that are not nice,
Hmm.
but the treatment of human beings is, it surprises me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just be aware how you treat people, because you might be doing it and not know people are watching. People are watching.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that's my life lesson today. Is
Nice matters.
Yes.
Kind matters. Yeah.
And don't mistake kindness for weakness.
No. No.
So,
Gosh, no.
so that's it. That's me. That's this week.
Okay. So walk in kindness with the sun. That's the life lesson today.
Sounds like a kumbaya.
Yeah, kumbaya. That's what we do here at the Entrepreneurial High Heels Happy Hour. All right, no, we're going to jump into a good hustle story, because, we like to hear, we love tips and tricks, but we like to hear people's story. How did they get to entrepreneurship? What happened? What did they learn along the way? And today, Ingrid Hernandez is going to enlighten us in how she did it, how she does it, how she did it, and what she learned along the way. So, Ingrid, we're going to jump straight in. Some people will know you well, some might not. So, let's go back. Tell us about yourself, your professional background, and start with the professional background.
So, professional background. So, I was a little bit of a mix throughout the years, but I started high school. Out of high school, I was kind of not sure what I wanted to do. I went to school to become a nail technician. So out of high school, my aunt owned a salon, and she needed a nail technician. So I was like, "Okay, why not?
Okay.
I'll do that." That lasted for a little bit. I lived on my own. So I was at a very young age, I was on my own. So hustle wise, I learned the hustle quite fast because I understood the importance of money, but I didn't have it. So it was a very hard hustle.
Yeah.
Because not having just kind of kept you dog paddling, treading water. And I don't know how to tread water. So that was very, very, a little difficult. And then I joined the Army. So in the Army, I learned a lot of stuff. I was in the Army for 13 years. I did administrative assistant. I learned how to fire weapons, throw grenades, which you don't do that out in the world.
Don't get her mad.
So I did that. So I learned, and obviously, for those of you that heard this before, I've done a tour in Iraq. Came home. I did administrative assistant. So that's what I knew. I knew how to do admin stuff. I didn't like it. I knew how to do it. I don't like the office.
Yeah.
And being in the service, I really didn't like to be told what to do. But that's all I knew.
That's hard when you're in the military.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got, you mentioned we make faces. I got in so much trouble for making faces. They're like, "You're rolling your eyes." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And my eyes are like in the back of my head. I'm like, "Ooh, goodness." So I did that. And then in the midst of that, you kind of get college. You have the ability to go to college. So I did a little bit of school, and I got my degree in radiation biology. So I was a radiation therapist. And being overseas, you get to see things that you probably don't want to see again. Yeah. And in the healthcare field, kind of a similar thing. And I was in the cancer side of it. So, some patients didn't make it. Oh. And it affected me more than I thought it would. Yeah. I thought, I've done it. I've seen it all. That's not going to affect me. It did. I did find out I do have a heart for people. I did not want to admit that, because at one point I wanted to be a mortician. That's right. I remember, because I didn't really enjoy talking to people. I thought
that's hard to believe today.
It makes me chuckle, because I really thought to myself, I don't want to deal with people. I don't really want to hear what they have to say. I don't want to talk to them. And if they talk during rigor mortis, it's fine.
Oh.
But or move. And then in the midst of that, gosh, I really, really fast became a mom and I worked, became a mom, didn't know what to do. I wanted to be a mom more than work. And then I found Mary Kay found me. So I started Mary Kay with a 1.5-year-old, a newborn.
Yeah.
Yes. And one of the things that got me to start or intrigued me to start was my recruiter just painted this picture of having this opportunity for your children, like leaving something for your children. And I had not tried the product. I just envisioned what I could do for my family.
Yeah.
So I started Mary Kay.
Yeah.
And I was Mary Kay, or I'm still in Mary Kay, 12 years.
Yeah.
And during COVID, I've been getting facials forever. And the only missing link I didn't do was touch someone's face to perform a service. So I went back to school in my 40s.
Yeah.
And I became a licensed esthetician, which brings me to where I am today. And I don't think I might have forgotten something. But no, I think that's kind of a little fast forward on how I'm here today. And I am now a licensed esthetician that does pretty much everything but injectables.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
It'd be so handy if you did that.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, Ingrid.
Just one-stop shop. So yeah, so I've been a little everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's me.
That's you. Now, what is your, and you hinted, of course, with family, but what is your driving force, your kind of why? Why do you think doing what you do today really appeals to you, and kind of what gets you up in the morning?
A couple of things. I believe the impact on people. I realize I talk a lot about mental health and all the stuff. And I had a lot of people in my life impact me in a way that I didn't want to repeat. So I'm very in tune with that. But also I want to live a life that I don't have to vacation from.
Yeah.
Although I love vacation.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like I love being able to meet new people, be around for the family, yet still make an impact.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more what I leave as I go. Like what are my crumbles that I'm leaving?
Yeah.
So I want to leave a good crumble for my family, for the kids.
Yeah.
I want them, we talked a little bit about, I think we talked about cleaning for your dad. Isabella started, and I'm like, I either pay someone to clean or I pay my daughter.
Yeah.
So they're learning. So for me, it's definitely just living a good life. So,
but what do you think in what you do as an esthetician and as a Mary Kay director too? What is it with those two things that appeals to you so much? What is the work itself, so to speak, since you now work for yourself?
The aftermath, like when people come in, and I didn't realize it, how people come in and they leave without, oh my gosh, I look so good.
Yeah.
Or they come to me for a service that I make them feel like $1 million. And they are, I think, that's my intention.
Yeah.
But to see that and then send me a message or I teach them how to take a selfie, or I teach them how to wear, this really good eyeshadow, or give them a really good facial. They come out and they're like, oh, Ingrid's the best. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So I guess again, it's the impact that I'm able to leave someone with, and that trust that they come in and
they trust you with their face.
Yeah. Well, real quick. So I've gotten facials before by somebody else besides Cheryl a long time ago, and I couldn't close my eyes. So my biggest thing was being able to have someone come in and fall asleep. So when people fall asleep, I think the biggest compliment ever.
I think I have.
And you
Yeah.
snore. I've gotten you
Oh.
to completely knock out, which
Oh.
is super exciting. So
Okay.
yeah.
Must have been really good. All right. So, what is the best advice you ever got?
Some will, some won't. So what?
Ooh, that's a good one. Some will, some won't. So what? Yeah. That's
I mean, that's pretty
yeah.
short and
Yep.
sweet.
Yep. Don't sweat the small stuff and
No.
don't take it personally. Yep, that's good. I like that. We should have that as a quote, but we
Yeah.
forget. Yeah, we're still in
We're
unplugging.
still
or whatever.
unwinding.
Okay, so becoming an entrepreneur, what is something that you wish someone would have told you about entrepreneurship? What were some of the like holy moly wake up moments, or yeah, and any tips that maybe you didn't get it, so you wanted to pass along to others who want to be in business for themselves?
Be prepared, but for the hustle.
Yeah.
Know that it's not going to be overnight
Mhm.
at all. Be patient.
Yeah.
And work from a great place in your heart. Like, know that it's not all rainbows.
Yeah.
There's storms, and just kind of ride it out and be prepared with paperwork.
Oh yeah. Was that a rude awakening? The paperwork?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't rude. It was
Mhm.
really bad.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal for me because you're really organized. I don't know if it goes back to before where I moved a lot. I always had this small space to kind of go from place to place. So it was always just whatever I could fit in here or
Yeah.
in this box. So when I got to the business, organizing stuff was just not my thing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll figure it out. Or it's in this pack, 4 layers down. The third piece, I knew exactly where my organized mess was.
Yeah.
And in business, that was one thing I wish someone would have been like, no, this is a must do.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a lot easier because
Okay.
that was brutal.
Like the bookkeeping, the
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because you're small, you don't realize to think big because you're small. So I was working in the now, not
Mhm.
preparing.
Yeah.
And when I got as I grew, I was like, oh, shoot, like I should have done this because I
Mhm.
lost in so much.
Yeah.
I lost a lot
Yeah.
throughout that growing phase.
Yeah.
So definitely just
Get your
start.
systems in check.
Yes.
Yeah.
System
That's
from
true.
the beginning.
Yeah, because it's hard to catch up. Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah. Now, how do you handle failures? And anything in particular that you feel like a situation that you bounce back from, where you felt you handled it in a certain way, and that's why you bounce back?
Well, I make a lot of mistakes.
No. Now
I
she's
do.
just saying that.
But I mean, I think I'm very hard on myself. So when I do make a mistake or I have to revamp things, I do take it personal because I'm like, I
Mhm.
should have done this. I am very witty,
Mhm.
so I'm very fast to be like, oh, well, just do this
Mhm.
for myself. Sometimes something happens, I'm like, just do that, and people don't listen. I'm like, if they would just do this, it would just work. But bouncing back, it would be when I got comfortable. There's a few times in my business, throughout my business, I kind of, let's go, I'm in a good place, I'm making good money, and I got comfortable.
Mhm.
And we just said, when you step back or you kind of slow down, it's difficult to rev back up.
Yeah.
So if you have a time in your business that you're in a good place, still continue. Don't step back. Maybe delegate. That would have been a perfect time for me to kind of delegate a little,
Mhm.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
So I kind of just took a step back instead of kept going. That hurt
Yeah.
a business too, because you slow down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but just rather be slow and steady
Yeah.
than stop.
Now, do you have any, say, failure mistakes in your day to day? If someone comes and is not happy, how do you deal with that? Or they expect the outcome to be different than it was?
Well, when it comes to products, I can always exchange or return. But when it comes to a service, gosh, I got a little. Let me see. I haven't had. Well, no, I have. I have had people that are not happy. I I kind of go back to what they expected,
Mm-hmm.
and I try from the beginning when they ask for a service to kind of see exactly what they're looking for, what their outcome should be. And if they're not happy, I clearly either um, just give them another service that they might be happier with,
Yeah.
or get their money back. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. I think you've spoken about that too.
Yeah.
I'd rather give somebody a service, give them something at no cost,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want them not to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would definitely just go through what they expected.
Yeah.
But it's once
Yeah.
the service
Sometimes
is,
you can't help. I mean, some people just expect something in their heads, and it doesn't matter what you say. That's what they thought.
yeah, and even because sometimes I have to say, okay, well, you're right, even though sometimes they're not right.
Yeah.
I've
No, I know.
I've just said, you know what, I
Yeah.
apologize. It's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, it wasn't my fault.
No,
But
I know. But as another, when I said what the best advice, I have another great advice that relates to that. Someone told me, would you rather be right or happy? So I have a tendency to want to be right. I mean, like, prove when I know I'm right.
Mm.
Like, I was right. But is that so important to point out? Isn't it better to let it go and just be happy? Because no one is going to like it when you point out that you were right, especially in a relationship or a marriage. But sometimes in work too, my clients can think, no, you said this, and you'd be like, no, that's not what I said. I said this. But sometimes you just gotta, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy?
I like that because
Yeah.
before I would have want to be right.
Yes.
Now through the years,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, like I just said, I'm kind of okay. Well,
You just say to yourself, I know I'm right,
Yes.
but I'm gonna choose
I
just
know
to be
I'm
happy.
right.
I know I'm right.
Okay. No,
Yeah, don't have to fight so hard to be right. Just, yeah. No, I think that's a very good. And sometimes in relationships and marriage, you're like, I know I was right, but he thinks he is right, and
well, also
now
with
I just have
friends
to
too.
suck it up. Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's really detrimental that you are right, and it's like, oh no, this is what I said.
Yeah, no, if it has legal implications, but if it's, I think
that's how we always
dealing
thought it
with,
was before. It's like, nope, this is it.
Yeah.
This is what I said.
but in dealing with clients, I think sometimes we just got to bite our tongue and go, you know what, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So on the flips, or how do you deal with stress? How do you try to keep your harmony and balance? And yeah, I know with PTSD, as we've talked about before, and if you haven't listened to that episode, please go back and listen to the PTSD episode where Ingrid shares about her own PTSD journey and what she does. But how do you, because I know that this is an area where you have to work a lot because of the PTSD to stay out of stress and try to find harmony. But what are some of your tools for that?
So some of my tools are definitely working out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Working out has probably been my safe haven.
Yeah.
Is, like you spoke about it before, just moving, walking, running, anything that's active, definitely that helps. I do a lot of earthing, which is, just going out,
Oh yeah.
just
Yeah.
putting my feet on the grass. I've done Tony Robbins yelling. He does like this like energy,
Yeah.
like what is it called? What is that called? Tarzan
Yeah.
kind of like thing. Journaling.
Uh-huh.
I've done journaling because my stress. I mean, everyone's different. However, my stress is always. I'm kind of now I've learned how to deal with it a little better, but for a long time, I was always stressed. Not I shouldn't say stressed. My anxiety,
Yeah.
that feel of fight was always at 100, no matter what. No matter if I was having ice cream, which is supposed to be, relaxing, or whether I was going for a walk, it was always at the highest.
Wow.
No matter what. So I learned how to somewhat function at that high level for a really long time. So you talk about like that stomach.
Yeah.
It was always woke up with it, went to bed with it for a long time.
That's taxing for the body, though.
Very.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened. It got to the point that I was fully aware of what I was doing, and I was ready to change it.
Yeah.
But up until then, it was normal for me to be always on edge. So I was really internally chaos.
Oh.
But outside, I don't think I looked that bad. But outside, I just kept going.
Yeah.
But yeah. So really, but whatever it is that you all like to do, do it. Crafting, do something, because stress will definitely take a toll on your body.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. And they say too, with because since we haven't changed much since the beginning of humankind, our brains haven't changed in the way our bodies work, but cortisol, why we get stressed and it's the cortisol release, but that's there so that we can move, because that will bring the cortisol down. And that was there so we could run from the saber-toothed tiger. But we don't have a tiger chasing us. We can't just sit still with anxiety. That's movement will then, any type of movement will bring it down. Yeah.
So I had a lot. Right? That makes sense. I had a lot of cortisol.
Yeah, you probably did. Yeah.
Just
probably,
nonstop. It was just kind of instead of like a stable heartbeat, I had a stable cortisol level.
Yeah.
Of just constant stress.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's not good.
No,
that's
not
good. So looking forward into the future, it's so bright you gotta wear shades. No, but where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I was thinking about this. I kind of had an idea or preconceived idea that you were going to ask me. So right now, I work with Cheryl at the spa, and it's been amazing. Just working with her, building the business. Even though I work with her, I still work my business as far as the clients I have. Mary Kay has been wonderful. So what I see is finishing my journal. Hopefully by the end of the year. Growing my business, like just a lot, like team members, having the team that I've always wanted, like these women in my team that just kind of grow the business.
We're talking about Mary Kay.
And just really focusing on just one woman at a time, just kind of making a change, but a lifelong change, like growing it steady.
Yeah.
Email list, definitely, like a lot, because I have clients that I have that are out of state.
Yeah.
And I have to learn how to cater to them.
Yeah.
And as far as the spa, it would be for me to grow.
Yeah.
Cheryl brought me on, but I want to be able to bring on people.
Yeah.
to make it
Yeah.
like bigger
Yeah.
and better and have
Mhm.
more rooms. And she's gonna listen to this and Ingrid, what are you doing? But just
Yeah.
having a place.
Yeah, because you can
That-
only do one. You can only have one client at a time. It's not like you can have 5.
Yeah.
So the only way to help more would be to bring other
that would be
good people
my
on.
goal. Yes, is to grow it to where when I'm working,
Mhm.
I have 4 others working
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
having a full
Scale. Right?
Yes.
Scale. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No
So-
pressure.
It's gonna happen, people. You heard it first here. So yeah, hopefully we still have this podcast in 5 years and we can talk about that then.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not either.
We'll be internationally known. Dun, dun, dun. I said it.
Well, anything else you want to share or anything else? Tell me something about yourself that I don't know. Like anything.
Oh man.
Just threw that at her.
I was a cheerleader. Do you know that?
Shh. I might have heard it, but that's okay. She was a cheerleader. You heard it here. I want to see. She's going to do a video on some cheers.
Oh gosh. No, I will tell you, I learned that I come from a family of entrepreneurship without knowing.
Mhm.
Like grandpa,
Yeah.
dad, my brothers,
Yeah.
all entrepreneurs. My sister, all entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We're different moms.
Yeah. Oh.
So I
Oh.
didn't know that we had the hustle. But
Yeah.
I learned the hard
The
way.
hustle gene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you
Hustle
had it, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
saw it firsthand. I
No,
didn't see it. I
yeah.
just
No, I lived
so
it.
that would be interesting to find out if that's something that you.
Well, I'm sure it has with personality traits to do because some
Mm.
people are more inclined to be employed. It lowers stress. I mean, they just can't handle being. They want the steady paycheck. They want to know what's going on, like a C personality. If you haven't heard the disc episode, please go back. But yeah, that would be more inclined. Those people are more inclined to be employed. That where the steadiness is more important. Where us, other D personalities are probably better being employed by themselves.
Oh, eyes too. Eyes.
Yes. No, but it definitely, I'm sure it's a trait. And thankfully, not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur because then we could never hire people. that would be hard. Well, thank you, Ingrid. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you feel like we left out, or your journey as so far?
No, I think it's. I mean,
And where can
it's
they
good.
find you?
So that's another thing I'm going to enhance is having my own website. So for now, it's
Mhm.
Linktree has kind of everything that I do.
Yeah.
Mary Kay, a Glow, my TED Talk,
Mhm.
my Amazon little links
Oh yeah.
of affiliate, and what else? Oh, and the podcast.
And your
course.
Instagram and your Facebook
And my
and
Instagram,
all that.
everything's on
and
there.
the link tree, we'll put links to the link tree, but it's Linktree and then / Ingrid.
Hernandez.
Is it Ingrid Y
No,
Hernandez?
it's Ingrid
Ingrid
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Sometimes the Y gets a little lost.
Oh yeah.
People miss it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll put links in there so you can chat with Ingrid. And of course, the High Heels Happy Hour website, Facebook group, all that good stuff. And when you subscribe to our newsletter, you learn more about us.
yes, more and more, and probably things I probably just forgot to mention.
Yeah. Well,
But how about you? Do you want to know anything else? I don't know. I think you know pretty much everything.
well, no, you surprise me every now and then. Like that you had a Diet Coke addiction that you told me a couple of months ago. I thought that was fascinating. Yes. Well, thank you for sharing. And I know that someone will have picked up a nugget that.
I hope so.
Yeah. that's the good thing about, or the best thing about these stories is that it's in the stories that where we learn from someone
Mhm.
else doing it, and either the mistakes or the things we did right will
Hope
help
so.
someone else. All
Right.
right. Well, thank you, Ingrid. And until next week, but we'll have another fun, fascinating subject. Cheers.
Cheers.